Welcome back to another episode of In a Town Where I Was Born, where we've got another very special guest joining us who's had a very illustrious career.
Do you need me for this one, Sam?
No, Bucker, you can get off if you want.
So now Bucko's left us, we can welcome our very special guest, new Runcorn Linnets Assistant Manager Colin Woodthorpe. Right, first of all, Colin, welcome to the club. You've had a few days now since being announced, so how have the last few days gone?
Cal's never off the phone. I think he was struggling to get hold of me before that, but there was a few things that I was having to sort out. Got a couple of ongoing things going on, so no, it's been good. It's been good. He's a very positive person, so there were plenty of buoyant phone calls really. So it's been good.
So is that all it's been then? Just obviously not all it's been, but just conversations between you and Calum, planning for recruitment and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically that to start with. There's been no detailed stuff yet because again, stuff came out yesterday, didn't it? So along the lines of when likelihood to be back playing, but it's still all up in the air. So you can't plan too much just because you want to do a maximum 6, maybe stroke 7 week pre-season, and you don't know when that's going to be. So it's it will be conversations that we had soon, but not yet.
Now, we caught up for a brief chat on Thursday when we announced you as the new manager. Now, as I said before, people might know you from your playing days. Something that people might not know is you did play and score against the mighty Liverpool, and also play in the UEFA Cup against Inter Milan. How were those experiences?
It's maybe what you go back in. You would go to football for to get the opportunity. Now, started at a League One club, got my opportunity to go to a top flight club. Didn't expect to play that much. Broke into the side, but yeah, I mean, for example, yeah, I'm an Everton fan. I don't make no bones about that. So scoring against Liverpool is perfect for me. If you're only going to score one goal in the top division, you might as well against them.
Yeah.
And Inter, well, I hadn't played that season. Played the first game of the season against United on the Saturday. Second game of the season was Inter away on a Tuesday. There you go, wham bam, take that.
So that was at the San Siro?
Yes, it was. Wow. It was at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, its proper name. So, which they're thinking of pulling down, ironically. But again, that would be a shame because it's an iconic stadium.
Yeah, and just obviously we've got loads more experience. You've got your Stockport County days and your Bury days, where Stockport, I think didn't you win Division 1 with Stockport as well?
I was up in Scotland at that time, so I was watching them. They got to semi-final of the League Cup. Sort of I knew bits about them in terms of that. I didn't know I was going there because the manager was Gary Megson, who I played at Norwich with. He was at Blackpool, tried to take me there. And he said, hold fire, I'm moving. Went to Stockport, they just got promoted into what is now the Championship. So ended up going there. They needed a left back and it was perfect. It got me back home after 10 and a bit years away at the far flung edges of the United Kingdom, really. If Norwich and Aberdeen, it's quite a way to get yourself back home. So, because you used to fly all the time to get back to the northwest, so especially Aberdeen. So
yeah, and you also scored in the FA Cup semi-final against Sunderland as well, which is another one that people might not know about.
Well, I played in it. Didn't.
Oh right, okay.
We were beaten 1-0. So yeah, that.
Sam has a bit of trouble reading Wikipedia. We had this conversation before,
and it's so true. Everything you read on there.
It is.
It'd be difficult to score in a 1-0 defeat, wouldn't it? Virtually impossible. No, yeah, we got beat at Hillsborough not long after the unfortunate events there. Really, in a couple of years. I mean, I'd never like going back there, even as he's an Everton supporter. It's got a thing about I didn't like playing there at all after what had gone on. It didn't seem right, and the place hadn't changed for that FA Cup semi-final anyway. So again, didn't turn up. Unfortunately, got beat 1-0 by Sunderland. Byrne, who'd scored in every round, scored against us, so it was inevitable. And then Liverpool went to easily win the final, didn't they, against Sunderland?
Yeah.
So yeah, but again, it's an experience of playing a FA Cup semi-final in the old sense of where they used to play them. So it would have been Villa Park, wouldn't it,
Yeah.
and Hillsborough, as it used to be. Now everybody gets to go to Wembley, so which he eventually did on the management side twice in a week. But there's another story.
So in your playing days, you did play against the old Runcorn, didn't you? Who was that for? Who did you play for against Runcorn?
Chester City.
Chester, yeah.
It's not the current club. It's the proper version of them. Chester City, as they were called then.
So
yeah.
how did that go for you?
I've erased it from my memory, really. Apart from it's the only time I've ever been knocked out of the FA Cup by a non-league side. So I'd say it didn't go down too well.
Well, no, I mean we had I was only young in the days of the old club, but we did have a good time in the FA Cup, and that was a competition that we really loved being in. And we've had matching the cameras at the old Canal Street, and we also had some bad memories in the cup with the wall collapsing. That was against Hull in the FA Cup, but I think that's something that we certainly would like to see come back to the new club with FA Cup games.
They had a reputation of being a giant killer, so it was a difficult game. It's not nice being beaten at home when you're a League One club equivalent, third division as it was then. So our manager had a reputation for not liking getting beat, especially by non-league sides. So it was added pressure, and yeah, we got beat 1-0, and it was like I'd rather not gone back in the changing room after that game because we got it down the banks twice. So
we said that was with the old club. How much did you know about the new club before coming in as assistant?
I've got to say, not a lot. I mean, I played a charity game here a few years ago, so I'd known that the old ground had left because my nan used to live in Speak, so we used to go from where parents were living at that time, Ellesmere Port, over. Used to come this way. Used to look out for the ground. I knew where the old ground was. And I remember many a time looking at it when we were driving past on the expressway, but not that much really. Apart from we're having a go because was it Joey?
Joey.
Yeah, it was the ex-Warrington manager.
Yeah.
I'd come here and was thinking, well, we used to play them pre-season games, whether we were at Colwyn Bay or Fylde, and you're thinking he's got a bit of a reputation in non-league, so they're going to have a bit of a go if he's going there to get them into out the counties as it was, because he came then, did he? Yeah. So yeah. Apart from that, yeah, not that much.
So you mentioned Colwyn Bay and Fylde there. So I think you won the Conference North, or you got promoted from the Conference North with Colwyn Bay. You won the FA Trophy with Fylde.
Yeah.
So tough question for you. Which of those two do you think was your biggest achievement as assistant manager?
Right, okay, so when we first went to Colwyn Bay, we were promoted from the Evo Stick Prem into the Conference North.
Right.
So we were pretty much a ragtag and bobtail kind of group, but a very close band of brothers. And it was the first time I'd done a promotion. Never been promoted in my football career because they're not easy things to do at whatever level that you play at. Earning promotion is not an easy thing to do, but going to Wembley twice in a week, when you've not been there as a player and you see it as the pinnacle of what you want to do and go and play at places like that, it's the best stadium in the world, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. I'd argue till the cows come home about that, but it's not a nice place to lose. So to go back the second week, and it was a horrible week, thinking I sat down after the Saturday defeat to Salford, thinking I'm not sure I want to go back because I don't want the same thing to happen. But we made sure it didn't happen. You win, and it is the best place in the world to go and win a football match. The facilities are unbelievable, and even actually, you think you've seen most things in football, but that place is on a different level. Everything about the place is on a different level.
Is that a big thing for non-league teams as well, players and management, for the facilities? I mean, obviously at our level it's probably even worse, but the facilities are fairly basic. For you then to play at a stadium like Wembley, is that massive for players and for the management team?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, we'd gone the week before, and you do like an acclimatisation sort of afternoon because you do need to see it. The players needed to see it. It wasn't without it. I was okay with it, going to see, but others would not have seen stuff like that. Now, it might have been a different matter if I was then playing. I mean, all you go and do is like the warm-up, but I mean, you played in stadiums around the country, and like Old Trafford and Highbury, and you're thinking, well, they are proper grounds, but that it's a big old place. But it is. I mean, we watched some of the game before we played in a trophy because it was the FA Vars, and it's great for the lads at that level to be playing there. Now, I would say, I'd heard the draws this time round, and the FA guy was going about, it's great that like it's a great day out for both teams, and it's like, it is if you win. Yeah. I've got to be honest about that. It ain't so much a good day if you don't win, but the chance to do it twice, wow, it's like 24 years you've been striving to do that, playing. The next best thing is to try and do it as a coach, and manage to do it.
So you, going back a bit, you mentioned you're an Evertonian. So am I, so that's why I'm asking this question. When you played for Norwich, did you get to play at Goodison Park?
Unfortunately not. I got to warm up one game. I think I was on the bench, and that was it. That would have been up there with it. I played against Everton at home at Carrow Road. I can't remember if we got beat 4-3 or we won 4-3. There was some mad results that season.
Norwich were good. We were a good team around then. And that was
when
Everton's decline as well.
More the sum of the parts. Beardsley was at Everton at that stage. I think we won the game 4-3. But yeah, I think like the Premiership years, there's a certain spell where there's a game, Southampton game. It was like 5-4, QPR 4-3, Everton 4-3. He played open football, you see. So.
There was like Jeremy Goss and plays like that, wasn't there?
Yeah, Chris Sutton.
And some of the goals that were scored were
Chris
exceptional.
Sutton went out the same day as I did. I went for loose change to Aberdeen. He went for 5 million to Chelsea. So Raw Fox, Brian Gunn, goalkeeper. A lot of Ian Crook, midfielder, come from Tottenham. The best player I've ever seen with football. Smoked like a trooper, but could do things with the football I've never seen anyone do. Apart from Brian Loudon when I was up in Scotland, which was like he was a magician as well at Rangers at the time.
What was it like playing there? Playing games against Rangers and Celtic. They had some really good players at that time.
Yeah, they had like some Van Hooijdonk. What's his name? I forgot his name now. Lunatic that used to play for West Ham. De Canio, there you go.
Oh yeah.
I got forced to play in the game. I had the flu, and I said I wasn't well, and it was like end of April, great day, sunny, not great if you got the flu. And the manager who used to play at Celtic got a bit cynical about this. No, you'll be fine, and I didn't. I wasn't really fine. Like getting twisted up by him for 90 minutes, feeling like. You wanted to just be lying down in bed.
Did you speak to him though, De Canio? Because what was he like? Because he obviously did the famous
in the game.
Caught the ball, didn't he, when Paul Gerrard was down? Which I was at that game, to be honest, and it was a bit of a. I personally, I always thought he was never going to score from there anyway. So I think he just did it thinking, I could try the acrobatic, but I could catch it.
I said to him, please leave me alone. I don't feel well. So we got away with a 2-0, I think, a 2-0 defeat, which I would have took that before the game, but like, I think I spent a week in bed after that because I was feeling rotten.
So from the playing days, who would you say would have been the high profile, the biggest name that you played with and against?
Wow. You say like at Rangers you had Brian Laudrup and Gazza at the time, so they're up there with a lot. But I mean, there's plenty of players in the Premier League that's even at that stage that was decent. But I played at Aberdeen with a guy called Tony Comboire, and he was a French player. He went on to manage Paris Saint-Germain before they ended up with a high-profile manager. And like flipping hell, we used to play with him. He used to give him a ring. Can I come over and have a look? But then he got the sack. So, but I'd say those names I just mentioned there.
Well, as we said the other day in our interview, just before we finish, is there any final messages for the fans? What we can expect for the next couple of months? Well, hopefully the next couple of months, if we can get back to football soon.
Well, we're trying to build build a squad. In the next couple of months, not a lot will be happening. I mean, God knows when we'll get to see some football on the pitch at this level. But to be honest, I would imagine it'd be hard work. Been on journeys before with like Colin Bay, Files a journey. We were there. We went there on the basis of Evo Stick North 1. We got them within 90 minutes of a Football League place, which was your brief. So if you get anywhere near that, it'll be a good laugh. Don't get too high, don't get too low. It is a journey at a football club, and this place seems to be going in the right way with the pitch and how things have changed since I've been there here. What, 2 or 3 years? Well, probably longer than that, because I was actually playing in the game. So I've not done 11-a-side for a bit. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Good. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Colin. We are very excited for what's coming up. Me and Dave have been bouncing off each other for
barely slept in the
4
last few days,
so
to be honest.
I think everyone, the buzz around the ground and around the fans is really good, and everyone's super excited. So I say thank you very much for joining us, and I'm sure we'll have you on again at some point throughout the season.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Colin.
Thank you very much for joining us on another very special episode of In a Town Where I Was Born.
Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook.
See you soon.